right. Well, thank you for joining the Dream It Do It podcast. Lovely to have you here.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me. It's great.
Perfect. No worries. Well, I just wanted to introduce you as a sponsor for the Masters Awards Night and graduation. Thank you for participating in this event. We're really excited to have you guys sponsor the night. Was there a big decision choice when you were choosing to come sponsor with us?
Not really at all. So we've our social media head, Chelsea, she sort of seen the idea and, well, an event's night to sort of celebrate people within that industry doing really well, and we think NAC drinks is a celebratory drink, so we thought it'd be a great idea to get around to people who are, really shining in that part.
Yeah, and is creativity like a really big part of your branding?
It is definitely becoming a big part. Our industry is probably 15 years ago dominated by magazine articles, giving away beanies, that sort of stuff, but the shift towards social media being a massive part, and as a new drink, it's important to sort of identify yourself and try and become different to other brands, and social media marketing is massive for that. So
yes, it has been a really big part. I mean, you see it everywhere you go, even TikTok and stuff like that.
Definitely. So,
and how did you guys start the brand? So what was the first memory you have of you being like, I want to start NAC drinks?
So the idea actually came from my business partner, so I can't take too much credit for that. Will, who's not here today, but he's from Darwin originally, and he was in the backyard with a few mates and a bit dehydrated, obviously 40-degree day in Darwin, and started mixing Powerade and vodka together and thought...
Powerade and vodka?
Powerade and vodka, yeah.
Is that a good mix?
Well, he said it was. So, and he thought, well, how about we create a drink that has the electrolytes in there already with the vodka, and that's a light bulb moment, and somehow from the backyard in Darwin, it's now on the shelves in Melbourne.
And did he reach out to you to start the partnership? Or?
Yeah, he sort of already had the prototypes of drinks started, and one of my good mates and him were best friends. They went to school together, and a few of the prototypes slaved enough on our doorstep, and we tried them, and from there I sort of reached out to him, and that was when it all started.
And did you know that you wanted to be a business partner from the get-go? Or?
I think I always knew I wanted to be involved in a business at some stage of my life.
Yeah.
It was sort of either first having the idea or the product, and NAC sort of stumbled on the door, which is great.
Yeah. So what's your background?
So I studied economics at university and then moved to London for a couple of years and came back, and it was during COVID to become an electrician. Yep. And then moved into sales, and then so it's been an interesting path.
So you kind of had to weave your way around different. Yeah. And was there anything that was speaking to you while you were working out in London or anything, or were you just like, this is not for me?
Yeah, London was more just a lifestyle change, but I sort of knew once I came back, sales is where I want to at least learn how to sell better. Yep. Sort of helps the communication piece and all the skills along the way. And then Will, my business partner, is probably that part he struggled with and hadn't had much experience in sales. Yeah. And that's where we sort of lined up to really well.
He was kind of the starter of the idea, and then you helped him grow it a bit more.
Yeah, so Will had the operations side all sorted, the production of the drink sorted, but probably lacked some connections and their experience in selling. So that's when we sort of worked out, well, maybe if we joined forces, we could really become
put
something.
The skills together.
Yeah.
And is there any other new skills that you've had to learn while starting the business?
Oh, definitely. So all that operations side, the creating of the drink, that's all quite new to me. Yeah. The everyday run of a business, whether it comes to your taxes or just all that sort of stuff.
I feel like there'd be so many numbers involved. Yeah. And maths is not a big favourite of mine.
Yeah, definitely logistics and just all this stuff that runs in a business that you probably don't think about when you're working as an employee. Yeah, so it's just every day we're learning new things, which is great.
Yeah, I mean, at least with now you've got ChatGPT, so a lot of the time you can just Google it on ChatGPT. Yeah,
and I'm a lot better with numbers than with spelling. Grammar's not my strength, so Chelsea, she always pulls me up on my emails and whatnot, so I'm glad ChatGPT came in at the right time. Yeah. Makes me sound professional.
Yeah, no, me too. Sometimes I use it to write my emails, but we won't tell anyone.
I'll never use it.
So how did you guys start your socials? Was it and creating the brand idea of the colours and logo and everything like that? Who came up with that?
Yeah, so the name NAC, so NAK, comes from potassium and sodium on the periodic table.
That is cool. Yeah. I was actually why is it NAC? And I'm I feel like there's a cool meaning behind this, because it's really random.
Yeah, it's also got magnesium in it, but MG, we sort of thought we're probably not going to be able to sneak that in there, so we just stuck to the two. The colourways align with the flavour, and as far as sort of our identity as a brand, we're still figuring that out to a degree. We're finding our lane to really target, and that's as we sort of grow as a business, we're sort of narrowing in on that. But yeah, it's been an interesting journey, and we're sort of starting to really find where we line in the market and how to promote our drink the best.
Yes, because what is in NAC? So it's The electrolytes, vodka, and soda.
Yeah, so we actually started with the electrolytes first, which was an interesting process. So electrolyte-based formula, then added the vodka, and then went from there with the soda.
Yeah.
And the idea was we found seltzers to be quite boring, but had a great health profile, and then your drinks with sugar in it, a lot of flavour, but sort of make you feel a bit sickly after you have too many.
Yeah.
So the idea is like to find that happy medium, and the electrolytes actually is what sort of gave us that really nice flavour profile. And we had to be able to keep our flavour without giving away, without adding sugar or any of those negative benefits.
So were you guys just trying the drinks as it was being made and like making sure that, nope, I don't like the taste of that. Nope,
Yeah, correct. So Will went to a flavour house. It's sort of a third party. They help you create the drink. We worked with a guy named John Ferrer. He's really good. He's a bit of a drinks guru. And it was a fair process, but we did reach it. And then I think they've nailed it. And we've just brought out a third flavour, passion fruit. And again, John helped us a lot with that. We can't take too much credit with creating the drink, but we just give it a tick of approval when it tastes our lips, which is good.
Yeah, and then how do you guys, what's your strategy to getting the drink out there?
Has sort of changed a few times over it, but we're at the point now where we have a great third-party distributor, so it's just, look, we're on the ground a lot. We're just going into bottle shops. We're just events like yours. We've rolled some great day parties like the Fine in Fargo. There's a group in Melbourne that do some big parties, so we always do it there. So it's just really about getting in front of the right people and getting liquid out there, liquid on lips. So.
And is that your main job as a sales?
Yeah. So that's sort of where I come in as far as that. The events team, we sort of all have a hand in that. So but we've grown from, I think, 3 to 75 bottle shops this year.
Oh, wow, yeah.
So we're going in the right direction, which is good.
Is it like cold calling, but in person?
Yeah. So you just walk in there and shake hands and say
best.
good day. And and it's funny, you sort of, I guess when we had the drink, we're like, oh, beauty, we've made the drink. We'll go to Dan Murphy's. They'll stock it in 300 stores and we'll retire. But it's just nothing like that. It's
right.
Yeah.
So I assume with Dan Murphy's, it'd be a little bit of a rigorous process.
So we thought, we got onto their head of buying, and they sort of said they bring on 2 new products a year in our space. And year before last, it was Hard Soul and 196. So we're probably not going to sneak in against those 2 giants.
You never know one day.
Exactly right. So it's just a lot about getting out there, and we probably didn't realise how big the independent space is. The smaller bottle shops like your IGAs, like they take up a large part of the market. So it's been really exciting, and we're meeting some really cool people along the way.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, networking is a big part, and I assume with all the events that you guys go to, you meet a lot of different people.
Yeah.
What is your best advice to networking in this industry?
I think you just got to be happy to go and meet anyone. Yeah, like we have to make some big calls. It's the CEO of ALM, which is distributor, and you probably get a little bit nervous, but you just got to do it. And you find that, especially the higher up the chain you go, the people are really approachable, and they want to help you, and people who have done really well want to help people, younger generations. So I think you just got to make the call. You just get a bit nervous and think, and then just do it.
Would you say you're a person that is very extroverted and has a lot of confidence when you do anything like that?
To a degree. I think my previous job in sales, where it was a lot of cold call, we did a lot of cold call, and that's probably what's given me the ability to just pick up the phone and go for it.
Yeah.
Will probably struggled at that initially, but then I just said to him, look, you just got to keep on doing it. Now he'll pick up the phone, no worries.
Really? So he's just kind of gotten used to it.
Yeah. And it's just the repetitions and just doing it. And
no, that's fair, because I feel like a lot of people nowadays, no one likes picking up the phone or like going into something new and like putting themselves out there. Yeah. So it's just kind of like a 1, 2, 3, do it.
Yeah, exactly right. And you do it 10 times, you do it 100 times, it sort of becomes second nature a bit.
Yeah.
With any sales or any new drink or a new product, you're going to get a lot of no's. So it's just accepting that you're not going to get yes every time, and more no's than yeses, and just not letting it sort of beat you down, and you just got to keep on going if you get told no. And
how do you deal with rejection?
I think it's, again, my previous role in sales taught me that you're not going to get yes. And when you get no, it's not a no forever. You could just get on a bad day and you just sort of move on. Like, you might be having a bad day. Like, I'm not going to take that personally. And you can never take it. You just got to take it on the chin and try again in 3 months' time, and just keep getting after it, really.
What is like the worst day you've had starting a business, and how did you like get through that?
Oh, there's been a few days where the bank accounts had a negative in front of it.
Money?
Yeah, there's some tough days. As business owners, you get paid last. So there's some days when you probably need a little bit of money in your account, and there's none. So I think those days are always come up, but working alongside Will, and we've recently hired Chelsea, they both bring really good energy into the business. Yeah. So we sort of laugh it off. Like
you'll be fine.
Yeah, which I think is lucky. Like, if I was doing this on my own, there would have been plenty of times I said, I can't keep on doing this. But having people around you, and celebrate little wins and you laugh off the losses and you just keep on going forward, really.
Do you think you need to have a lot of money to start with when starting a drinks business?
Initially, there's probably a little bit of investment in there as far as getting the drink and getting the product on the shelves. So to a degree, yes, but not an overwhelming amount.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you reckon it's more to do so with marketing or the way that the drink tastes?
I think drink taste, to be honest, because our marketing budget's starting to grow, which is great. Chelsea can start doing some great ideas, which is exciting. She's happy about that. But initially, we've had no marketing budget. But our drinks taste really good. Well, it might be biased, but we think they do.
Yeah.
And that's goes to the point now we can go into the marketing budget. But if we had to reverse it and the drink wasn't that good and we had all the budget in the world, probably would have got us further quicker, but it would have just come to a halt.
Yeah. So do you rely a lot on word of mouth when it comes to the drinks?
Yeah, I think so. Initially, it was a lot of word of mouth, and now it's sort of grown to a point where the media and the marketing is sort of generating the sales, and it's sort of that natural growth, which is great.
Yeah. And what platforms are you guys currently on at the moment?
So platforms we use, I think Instagram's probably the main one now. The shift from, I guess, Facebook doesn't get used as much anymore.
Yeah.
Honestly,
My mum uses Facebook now, and I'm just like, I don't know.
Same as Nan. I'm probably not the best when it comes to social media myself, so that's where Will's quite good and Chelsea's great. So Instagram and TikTok are probably our two main platforms.
Yeah.
Instagram's probably more the professional look and the product photos a bit of a sharper look. While TikTok's where we just have a bit of fun, have a laugh and show that the ups and downs of the business and take people on the journey, which I think people like that personal.
I think on TikTok it's very personality based, where you're just trying to show that, you know, the brand is fun and everything. Whereas Instagram is very that like Tumblr curated feed. How do you kind of differentiate between other brands on Instagram?
I think on Instagram we try and really, when we do events and stuff like that, we try and take some great photo shots and even so recently we did an event where we made a custom can just for them.
Oh,
so
really? Yeah, cool.
Yeah, which went really well. And I think it's just showing that we're not this big brand that sort of drops the slabs off and we disappear. Yeah. We want to be on the ground. If we're at an event, we want to be there and networking and showing that we are just a couple of blokes and now a third person, Chelsea, who are actually, we're growing a brand. We're from Victoria. We're locals. And, just trying to show the difference between being a large corporation who's got all this money behind us to just being a small brand who's really growing. Yeah. So I think that's sort of personal touch.
Sorry to cut you off.
That's right.
Where do you see NAC growing in like the next 5 to 10 years?
Hopefully all around Australia.
Yeah, cool.
I think at the moment, Victoria, we're really targeted narrowing on Victoria. With Will's ties to Darwin, I think Darwin's the next step in the business.
Okay, yeah.
But eventually we just want to be in this core range. So every IGA has to stock a core range of drinks. Yeah. So it's just about slowly building up the sales where we can be in core ranges and
And then what's the response you get from the people that try the drinks?
It's really positive. We do a lot of tasting, so we might be in a bottle shop on a Friday night, just to randoms. Sometimes you get the older, like a bricklayer, who might just go, "It's not for me, mate." But overall, it's been a really good response, and we've had one of my friend's grandma. She's 90, and she only drinks gin. Only drinks gin, but now she drinks NAC. So it's taken her 90 years to find a drink other than gin. So like stuff like that's always great.
So it's like a very broad range of people that love the drink.
Yeah.
Because I know some people's palates are very much like that bitter wine, beer kind of, or like super sweet cocktails and stuff like that. Where do you think NAC sits?
I think it sort of sits in the sense that it's not that sugary, sweet drink you want to start drinking when you're 19, 20. It's just when you go out on a uni night, something like that. But then it's also, we're trying to keep the flavour profile where it is still for that age can drink it. It's sort of funny in between what we tried to land. Yeah. So I think we sort of nailed that.
Kind of like in between everything you want to satisfy.
Yeah.
What's been like one of the most exciting things that you've experienced while being with NAC?
I think the step going full time at the start of this year was pretty exciting, and sort of becoming your own boss is always a dream. You probably don't realise how much work's in it, but
because you were working full time prior and then also doing NAC on the side as well.
Yeah, correct. So the last 6 months of last year, I was working full time and then doing NAC. Yeah. And we sort of hit a point, man, where like the business was growing really well, but we hit a point with our time that we couldn't grow any further unless we gave it our all. So both of us sort of, let's just take the risk into this year, which was exciting. So that was
that like a stressful decision to make for you, or?
Yeah, stressful. Still is stressful.
Yeah. You're like,
yeah,
oh my God.
yeah. I think it's continued to be stressful.
So you were working full-time before going full-time into NAC. Can you explain how that transition was for you?
Yeah, correct. So the last year from about June onwards, we were both full time and then doing NAC in the afternoons, and the business was growing really well. And we sort of hit a point where if we didn't go full time, the growth would have just came to a halt. Mm-hmm. So yeah, at the start of the year, we just said, let's have a go at it. And full time now, which is super exciting.
Yeah, and you just, like, you said to your job, here's my 4 weeks notice, bye.
Yeah, pretty much. We actually went over to South America, a group of us, at the end of last year. And
yeah. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, for like a holiday?
For a holiday. So that was sort of the holiday before working for yourself and having no money sort of came in.
Yeah. Was it really difficult balancing a full-time job and then also running your own business on the side? Yeah,
it was. There's a lot of man hours went into it. I think it wasn't so bad because, like, obviously the tougher times was when you're working 11 or 12 at night, but it's for your own brand, so it's something you're growing yourself, so it didn't really feel like a chore.
Yeah.
Well, if that was doing a second job for someone else, it would have been a lot tougher, but I think we could see the progress and building something of our own, so it wasn't that big of a drag.
So what would your day look like when you were working full time and doing NAC?
I'd vary, but normally try to get in the office by about 7:30 and then
Oh
home.
My God, yeah.
Then,
I'm still sleeping at that.
Yeah, and then get home, and then some days we'll be driving. Like when we first started, we'd have to do all the logistics ourselves, so you might be down in Geelong at 10 o'clock on a Thursday night dropping off slabs places. And it was just all over the place, but my partner, she probably got a bit sick of it at the time, but she was pretty supportive, and she would sit in the passenger seat and come for a drive, which is great. Which that helped a lot, having her support.
How did you make that decision to stop doing full-time work? Because I know that a lot of people, they have full-time jobs to fund their business. When do you think is a good time to decide to choose?
Oh, it's really hard to say. Like, it's sort of that next step that if you don't do it, you don't know what the business could become. Mm-hmm. So was it the right time for us to do it? Probably not. We probably jumped the gun a bit, to be honest. But we look at the businesses now, and it would have never happened unless we did it. So I think it was, if you're working on something you really do believe in it, you've just got to take that plunge. And because like we just said, we're not going to be able to live with ourselves if we don't do it. So is it the right time? It's hard to really say when the right time is. Yeah.
It's basically just do it and see what happens kind of thing.
Yeah, and like Will was a builder before, he didn't act full time, and his whole business was always taken back. So will mine. So it's like, well, if we take the risk, it doesn't work out. Our jobs are still there, so that's nice to know that.
So if he was a builder, he'd be working at like 5 a.m. in the morning, and doing late nights, doing NAC.
Yeah, so often we'd be on the phone at like 4 or 5 in the morning when he was driving to the job site to sort of chat about what's on for the day, and then I would hate to know how, like me and Will would talk at 4 a.m. then we'll talk at 10 p.m. and
how do you have the energy for that?
I think it's just being your own brand. So that gives you sort of that boost when you need. But yeah, it's good. It's exciting.
What advice would you give to someone who has a full-time job and is also starting their own business, to give them that bit of motivation to keep pushing on?
Oh, it's just about being able to see the business grow, and if you can see that and you can see the little wins, you sort of have your big goals. You can't focus too much on them. Just pick a little goal and just take them off one at a time, and you'll see the progress.
Yeah.
I think we aim for some pretty big goals to begin with and realise that they're probably a little while away. Let's sort of wind that back and just go after smaller goals, and you just keep on hitting them, and it sort of gives that little lift. And
with the smaller goals, would it be more like that, 5 months or 12 months, or what's the difference between the short-term and long-term goals?
Sometimes even shorter. It might be a 3-week goal. Where you're like, I can do this in 3 weeks, and you hit that 3-week mark, you're like, oh, perfect. And you sort of get that satisfaction, gives you a bit of lift, and so I think, or it might be a larger goal, but you break it down into little actions to take throughout the way. So it might be a 6-month goal, but there's 3 sort of milestones in there to hit. So I think it's about breaking stuff down, because if you look at the big picture and what you're aiming to achieve, it's overwhelming at times.
It is, yeah.
Sometimes you just got to strip it back.
That's a really big goal. I don't know if I can achieve that anytime soon.
Yeah, exactly right. It's just about stripping it back and sort of find out your little milestones in there and celebrating them, which is important. Sometimes you hit a goal and you don't really acknowledge it and you move past it, but sometimes you just got to reflect on it.
I think it is a really important to celebrate even the little wins, because that kind of like keeps you going even longer, because starting a business and running it takes a long time for it to, like, from the beginning to where you guys want to end up. I don't know if you mentioned how long it's been since it first started. When did your partner start?
So the idea was pre-COVID. I think it
Yeah.
was just as COVID hit. So,
Yeah.
well, how long was that? 3 or 4 years ago now. The first prototype he got in February last year.
Right.
So the
So
official,
that's the first one.
yeah,
Right, yeah.
So February last year. So I joined the business around that time. So we've been in business together for about 14 months now.
Yeah.
Officially, yeah.
That's actually not that long.
Yeah.
To
Not that
be
long.
like out doing, events now and
Yeah.
like getting the name out. I feel like that's quite a short amount of time to be able to do that. So that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, thank you. No, we've done pretty well. We've got a lot of work to do, but we're
Yeah.
as you said, little goals, and we keep on
Yeah.
going forward, which is the main thing.
Yeah, I think because whenever people start a business, they're always like, yeah, I'm going to, the first year, I'm going to make this much amount of profit. It's going to be great. I can work for myself. A lot of people just want to work for themselves. They don't want to work for a company. And it's more so about like spreading awareness that starting a business takes a lot of time and effort. And we want to give the students advice on how it really is when you're starting a business.
Yeah.
What would be the one thing you would say to your younger self before starting this?
Oh, I think it's just you probably don't realise how much is in it, but I think that's the beauty of it because you're a bit naive and you sort of go into it and you just learn on the fly. If I probably had it all out in front of me what it was going to take, I'd be like, oh, maybe I'll just wait off another year. But yeah, I think it's just about being a bit naive, almost a good thing at times.
Yeah, I feel like nowadays, I think the reason why everyone younger wants to start a business because it's like they've got so many ideas, they want to start all these things, and you don't have a mortgage to pay for, you don't have kids to pay for, so I think it's like you've got all the money in the world now, so you might as well do it while you're younger. What would you say to someone who's a bit on the fence of like if they're probably maybe like a mature age student and have bills to pay and everything like that? Would you say that the finance aspect is really, really important when starting a business?
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, the money's that's what will stop the business or help the business grow.
Yeah.
We call it like the runway. So how long's your runway? So like.
Oh, that's a good way to say it like that.
Yeah. So like, how much money have you got in the bank? How long can you go like this for until we run out of runway?
Yeah.
So you've got to sort of sit down and work out your costs, your bills, your mortgage, and sort of just work out how long your runway is and have that date and be prepared. So I think that's a big thing. Like we had a pretty good calculation of our runway and we've met some people who are within our industry who said you might need a 2-year runway in the drinks industry before you start making some good profit. So we don't have a 2-year runway.
Yeah, you're like, anyways.
We walked out of that and like, how long is our runway? So I think that's like, you can't just jump into it without making sure you work these things out. And because it's quite stressful, the business, starting your own business, and you sort of want to not think about the money coming after you for a bit so you can focus on the business. Yeah.
Do you have any like tips on saving?
I think you just like my lifestyle probably 12 months ago, probably a lot more going out, a lot more eating at nice restaurants. But that's all changed a lot. It's eating at home now, not going out as much. So I think you've got to be willing to sacrifice a lot of things. You've got to work out what you really do need and prioritise your business over them. Yeah. So you've got to be quite passionate about the business because if you're not, well, you're going to go out and your business is going to come second. But so the idea, just make sure you're really passionate about it and you're willing to sacrifice a lot of things along the way and you should be okay. Yeah.
Are you passionate more so, is it specifically the drinks industry or the business itself, like business side of things?
It's a bit of both. I think now we've become more entrenched in the drink industry. I'm finding it really interesting. I'm meeting some really good people being there all their life and getting to know, as you said, networking and understand the industry a lot better. I've become a lot more passionate about the alcohol industry, and then growing the business is super exciting as well. Yeah. So it's probably the growing the business part was the main driving factor, but now the industry sort of, find it a lot really interesting.
Perfect. Okay, so we're going to do a fun part now. So it's basically, I'm just going to ask you questions and then you say the first thing that comes to mind. What is your go-to drink if you're at a bar?
Vodka lime soda.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know.
Cocktail?
Espresso martini.
Oh, yep. Nice. What's been your proudest moment at NAC Drinks? I think you kind of touched this before, but first thing that comes to your mind.
Yeah, full time.
Yeah. You were like,
bye,
into this.
Yeah. Or bringing on a third employee sort of cemented that we're actually a business now. We're paying wages. That was a pretty cool moment. Yeah.
Why is creativity crucial in business?
It's to differentiate yourself from the other brands. I think it's how you get your brand identity, and that's so important.
Yeah. Describe NAC in 3 words.
Unique, bold, and clean.
Perfect. So now I think we're going to try the new flavor. So it's
Yep.
the passion fruit one. So this came out.
So the official launch is next weekend.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So this is an early taste.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
this is a bit of an
yeah.
exclusive.
I'm like, this is the part that I'm most excited about because I just get to drink the drink.
Yeah.
And all the girls are like, they know Venice is going to ask them on a Friday night who wants to go to the bar.
Yeah.
All right, so, I should have done that to the thing. That would have been such good ASMR. Oh my God, I could down like 5 of these straight. This is great.
Yes, that's the passion fruit.
Yeah.
It tastes a bit like a passion, just a little bit cleaner, if you know.
Yeah,
the
no,
soft
I
drink.
can definitely taste the passion fruit.
Yeah, so that one's super exciting to bring out until we have the 3. It looks nice now.
Yum. And like, if I saw electrolyte, I'd be like, this is the healthy. This is healthy, so I can have it.
Yeah.
A lot of like of the our beauty girls on campus, they're very much into health,
Yeah.
and so, which I think is coming more into the drinks industry. It's like making alcoholic drinks, healthier on the alcoholic industry kind of thing.
Yeah, I think that sort of mindset, people looking after themselves a little bit better and just that shift is sort of coming, that's what we want to sort of jump on that. Myself and Will, we like to keep fit, and the idea is just, well, this is something we would drink, and we think a lot of other people enjoy it as well.
Yeah. Does that mean, because there's electrolytes in it, that you won't get a hangover the next day?
We can't say that, unfortunately, but I can say it helps.
It helps. Yeah. No, when you chuck like a hydrolyte, then you're good to go.
But it's tried and tested. A lot of people have given it good cracks and no hangovers yet. So.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. Well, you guys are going to be at the Masters Awards night, so we can't wait to have our students try your drinks and enjoy the night. If you want to look at this camera and just shout out any of your socials, and then, we're done.
Yeah, perfect. So our Instagram is NACDrinks and our TikTok is the same. So nice and simple, but definitely check us out. And we'll be at the awards night too, and we're looking forward to hopefully meeting a few people, try our drink, and it'll be great.